Hello, hello. Welcome, everyone. Uh, I'm back. I'm back. I do. Happy holidays, everybody. Happy holidays. It's time to do a little more leather work. I think I slept enough. Well, technically, I haven't slept well enough tonight or last yesterday or this morning, but uh, I slept. And that's all that matters. And also, I went for a walk and did a little bit too much of that, so now I'm limping. So if I'm limping in the stream, please excuse my limp. I don't know if you need to excuse my limp or not. So today we're gonna be working um, on a leather card, a new leather card. Interesting. Okay. How does this work? Does my bot actually do the thing that I needed to do? Apparently not. Okay. What if I type it here? Yep. What about now? Okay. Now it's saying what I wanted to say. Okay. Let me copy that to YouTube chat as well. I might need to configure my chat bot to actually do the thing on all the chats I'm on, not just Twitch chat. Actually, we can try doing that right now real quick. Streamlabs, that's the one. That's always fun. So chatbot, modules. Okay, there are a bunch of modules there, but that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for chatbot to work on both YouTube and oh, there you go. YouTube inactive. Let's activate the chatbot on YouTube. Okay. Did that do the trick? What do you all think? So if we type in again, project. There you go. Yes? No? Yes. Both chats now work. Yay. Let me update my checklist to say activate chatbot. Both Twitch and YouTube. Otherwise, next time I'll forget, which I just did. So, nice. Okay. Stream maintenance improved. Complete, not complete, I don't know. But... okay, looks like my chatbot is chatbotting, which is nice. Except Streamlabs chatbot works on, like, there's no YouTube chatbot going on. And now it's like pretty active. I guess that's how long it's been going on, right? 10 minutes? I don't know. So hopefully this will not be overdoing it, but you can see I have a lot of links which you all can join. What's next? Okay, today we are gonna be doing what? We are gonna be working on the card project, as you can see. Well, right there. Right? And we are going to be working on, where my cards. There we go. These are my cards. We're gonna be working on one of these cards. So this card is the first prototype or first of the kind, as you can tell. I might need to get out of the camera mode on the phone. Yeah, you see how it's not only opening the page that I asked it to open, right? But it also lights up the stars in the constellation, right? Kind of mostly one star for some reason. I don't know why. But other stars as well. So this was the first prototype of the kind, but we are gonna be making a second one that my son helped me design. So he designed all of them, right? So he designed the 12 zodiac signs. But today we prototyping making the first one just to see if it's still gonna be a good project and will look cool and all of that, right? So yeah, and he made it a digital pattern, which means that we need to try using... Oh, nice. I didn't have that software installed on this computer, which means that I will need to use my laptop for that. Let's try that. Hopefully it boots and everything. And we're gonna be using the Cricut. Why did I not have Cricut installed here? I thought I did. Cricut, nope. Didn't install Cricut on my streaming machine yet. But it means we'll be using this Cricut. Come on. Come on, where are you, Cricut? It just died. It just died. Okay, now. What? You trying to log me in or something? Okay. I guess they implemented the web-based login now. Open Cricut design space. There we go. Okay. At least I have the web-based login now, so I don't need to remember that stuff every time. We'll go into my stuff, and this is my file. We'll do customize just to make sure we didn't miss anything. What's up in here? Surprise, surprise. What surprises you the most? Magic is in the air. Okay, so they start using alerts for promotional things. No surprise there. Okay, so this is the card. Is this in millimeters right now? It looks like it is. So let's see. Settings. Content, no. Canvas, Imperial. That's how you call it. Okay, this is more like it. Again, I'm not a very big expert in Imperial versus metric units. But because a lot of American tools and materials use Imperial, sometimes it's easier to do that. By the way, yeah, these are two supplies that should not be here. They should be in the box, but because I was working on them and they are kind of in progress, they're still here. Okay. Crap. My knee hurts. Before I go limping for the next thing we need to do, let's review this project. By the way, if you're not familiar with how Cricut works, and let me make this a little more contrasty. No, that's not gonna help. Anyway, like there are these different paths that Cricut will do, right? And this one is pink, which means it's a guide, which means it's actually not gonna do anything. I might as well hide it. But I kept it here for, like, because we're gonna be putting foil in here, I kept it here for scale, right? To make sure that's all like in the right way. Then this layer is the actual constellation drawing that my son did based on some illustrations out there, kind of simplified version of the drawing that we will either use the tooling machine to depict, or I will use actual tooling tools to do. We'll see, because we probably want some kind of 3D effect on them. I will see if I can do the thing. We'll see once it makes sense. And then there are actual stars, which I will be probably using a cedar to put on. And then yeah, I'll probably be gonna be using a cedar, and then we'll punch through them, through the bigger ones. So some of them are smaller, some of them are bigger, and the bigger ones are the ones that are gonna have the LEDs like I just showed you on the main card, right? So that's what we're gonna be using. But before we do that, let's make, we'll put it at the 1 inch offset. That's usually good if I want to tape in the leather. And we need what? Kind of 6x5 kind of piece. I'm not trying to save on leather here. Let me see if I have any scrap pieces though. Maybe I do. In fact, I do have one that is has been used for, like, you can see it has been taped on, which we probably need to undo, but and this is 2.5 inches, and our thing is 2.5 inches, right? Unfortunately, it has the lines in there, but that's kind of okay. So maybe we can reuse this piece actually, which will be great. So for that purpose, I will cut off this piece. I don't know if you can see that, but we don't need this little piece in here. Trash, it's trash. And you know what? Yeah, I don't trust this to be holding anything. So, well, that was a mistake, but that's okay. Okay. Let's move this aside a little bit. I'll probably apply new tape. I don't know why I did that. That didn't help whatsoever, but we'll see. But first and foremost, I want to wet this. Because we need this leather to be impressible. We want to be able to impress the pattern on it using the Cricut machine, right? And I don't want to water all over my computer. That would be advisable. So let it soak in a little bit while we are taking out all of the Cricut stuff. Ugh. Okay, let's go to the Cricut table. mat. It's supposed to be a strong grip, but it's already pre-used and haven't been cleaned in a while, and which you can do. It's doable. So we will grab this, and we wanted to have 1 inch by 1 inch offset, right? So kind of like there. I don't know if you can see it well. It does require taping, however, which is what we expected. So, tape. If you never used Cricut, the gripping mats have a downside. As you can tell, I taped the back of the leather so it doesn't stay on the gripping mat, because yeah, that's just never great. And using some extra tape to tape down your project, it's always a good idea. However, if you use water, which we did, that doesn't stick very well, which is always fun. And as things don't stick, they start interacting with the project, which is never useful. And specifically, it means your tool can grab onto the piece of tape and tear it off and all of that, which is not helpful. But it works. It works. And if I figure out like a good big pattern that I want to like work a lot with, I probably like use a different tape, you know, mount it better, maybe mount a bigger piece much more carefully, and that will hold better. And I'll make multiple if necessary. That's basically how I go about it. Or reusable, basically spend a little bit of time or quite a bit of time mounting, but then let the machine do the work for a bit, and you get a lot of result rather than doing it one by one. Okay, so I feel like the first tool will be, well, if we switch back to the desktop, we'll see that when we say continue here, it will ask us for material, and I usually use chipboard instead of leather. And we need to move the wheels to the right. That's how we got this piece disqualified in the first place, because the wheels, they help grab the material. But with chipboard and leather, they actually, well, with chipboard, they just stop you from doing it well. With leather, they leave marks, especially because we wetted the leather in order to get marks onto the leather, right? So that's kind of defeating the purpose, right? Okay, we apply more pressure, and first we put the foiling tool. I use the foiling tool as a marker for the leather imprints, right? So let's put it in. Okay, fingers crossed, nothing is grabbing. The machine is doing its thing. Well, it's telling me, hey, ready to do it? What is it complaining? Important, to prevent damage to the machine mat or blade, ensure the material selected above matches the material on your mat. Yes, it does match, or so you should think. basically right now it imprints the lines, hopefully, onto the leather with this tool, which will help me understand where it's positioning it in relation to the borders and stuff as I'm going to do it. It doesn't mean I will use just that impression as the product itself, right? I will be using tools to modify. A lot of little detail here. Oh yeah, and I left the markings around to understand where to position. And now, okay, I don't know if you can see it, but it's telling me to replace the blade with a freaking knife blade. I shouldn't have used chipboard. Shish. Okay. Okay, let's do it. After all, it's not that big of a deal. I don't like the knife blade. It didn't do a great enough job for me fast. But because it will just cut the leather and we use only straight lines, I really hope it will do the trick. So I press the button. It's moving, testing the tool. Testing the tool. Now it detected the tool and it's gonna do the cuts. Like you see, it lifts it, rotates the tool, and does the cuts. Okay, let's do it once. What? What's wrong with it? What does it say to do? Do not unload the mat. Oh, it tells me that it will cut through. You know what? I don't care if it will cut through, because I will cut through manually anyway. Because it's usually like, hey, I will to cut the chipboard, I need like 8 passes or something of that sort. And I'm like, okay, thank you very much. I'm not doing a great job anyway. I will not. Okay, cool. Now, let's quit the tool and we can get back to our project without using a computer. Oh, Jesus, the knee is hurting me. Okay. Less computers on the table, more tools on the table. Okay, I should have removed that in there, but that's okay. So now you can remove the project. Usually when this thing grips, it grips much better, but right now we don't care. I don't know if you can see it very well, but it did create some indentation. Yeah, I can see it pretty well myself, but you probably can't. So sorry about that. Because it was somewhat of a scrap leather. I don't care. So we will do some tooling first. And then... And is it wet? Yeah, it's a little wet. We'll see. Okay. Regardless of whatever it's big or not, I will be using my magnifying glasses because I cannot see without them whatsoever. And Do I need a picture open on my computer? I might, because I cannot see as clearly as I wanted to. And just want to verify if the image I see is accurate. And I always close the thing. So, I am thinking of using this tool to start, and I will be using the very, like, the thinnest needle I got. That basically puts the lines where they're supposed to go deeply enough, and then we will see if I'll need to use the tools. Come on, where's my project? There we go. 450%. Zoom in. And okay. Okay, good news is that I only need lines and actually can use the I have a bunch of cedars that I got. I probably need only a few of them, probably these 3 at best. So is this too big? Yes, this is too big. Is this the right size? This is the right size, I think. And we only have 3 big ones, right? I'll do easy hit right there. Right? Yep. Right there. And 1 big one right there. Yeah, I probably want to do a little more hitting here, because what the cedar does, it creates a little bit of a domed effect on them, right? I don't know if you can tell, but like they're little spheres, semi-spheres effectively. And now I will do the same for the small ones. The question is, which size do I need? Is this the size or is this the size? No, this one is the bigger one, so it looks like it's these. No, it's like, even this is big. So let's go for the small, for the next down. Okay, this is the largest, this is the second. Yeah, I think that's the ones. And we need what? One above the eye, right there. A couple in a square pattern, like that. And a couple here. And we'll be using the silver paint to actually put them on to the leather, to kind of highlight the dots. Yeah. So I don't know if you can see, but this is how they will be, right? They will be connected using the lines, which I will do just now. Yeah, the rest will be artwork. At least for now. By artwork, I mean the tattooing gun. I will use tattooing gun. So let's do that. I don't know if you can hear it. Can you hear it? Like this? Yeah, maybe a little bit. Yeah. But I can, and that's what matters right now. Yeah, just like that.
and I'm trying to push down on the leather as much so it doesn't vibrate as much. Okay. Okay, now we need the eye. And I will probably use some other tool for the straight lines of the uh, constellation. You know, I will use the tattooing gun for the shape of the ram, Taurus. Speaking of Black Ram, hello, Black Ram. Welcome, welcome. We are tattooing you, basically. Tattooing. And yeah, I will give the posture and the drink right away. How have you been? Had a good holidays? Good celebration and stuff? Did you get a tattooing machine in the, what you call it, in the Santa's thing? It was a day, didn't really celebrate. Okay, I see. You don't celebrate them in general? And turkey, yeah, it's a little late for turkey day, right? A different kind of turkey, or just turkey, I assume. Metal bead roller. What do you mean by bead roller? Oh, the one for the edges of the pockets and stuff? I'm gonna 3D print me some parts for it so it can be used for some leather armor in the future. Okay. Traditionally do ham for Christmas, but my girlfriend doesn't like ham. Okay. Makes sense. Makes sense. Okay, let's double check all the lines. Should I do the lines with a tool or not? You know what? Let's use the tooling gun for the lines as well. It's not as many of them. And I'll probably use some other sharp object later. Oh, no, you know what? No, my bad. I do remember which tool I used. I found this metal, well, one of my sculpting tools have a metal thingy on it, and I use that to draw the lines. I thought it had a straight kind of knifey part, but maybe I'm wrong. Okay, so first is, well, we can use a ruler for once. Where's my ruler? Where's my metal ruler? There it is. Not enough. Let's add some water. I think it might have dried up. Prince Army uses for the raised ridges and their designs. Oh, I see. I see. Like the roller like this. I see. Yeah. So you planning to do more armor? Yeah, this one is a little wrong. If you have anything more straight, I can try using a knife's other side. Where's my... Basically do opposite direction. No, that's a little too much. Okay. What is this tool then? Okay, let's let it wet because otherwise I'll mush it up too much. By wet I mean sink in. Let's let it dry. That's what I meant. Yeah, the line's a little small, but maybe that's what we were going for anyway, right? After all, we wanted just the lines. Should be this big. Okay. I'm not upset. I'm not upset about it. Meanwhile, maybe I can cut this out. And obviously it only just crossed my mind to check if the size is accurate, if we didn't have any scaling problems. Hello, hello. My Swedish friend. Had finals for a couple of years, priority, figured out the finally started soon. Okay, yeah. Time for that big project. I don't know if you follow the... What's his face? Making It podcast? No. I forgot which of the podcasts it is, but the Maker Camp Teams podcast. No, it's Working Hands podcast. That's the one. They have this project called Make What You Fear. And like big armor like that might be the fear. I'm not saying it is, but by the way, thank you Black Ram for redeeming the hydration and posture check. That works very well while we are tooling. Let's see if the size is accurate. The size is a little off for whatever fucking reason. Jesus Christ, why is that always the fucking case? Couldn't he just measure it slightly better? Oh God. My son is killing me. He's killing me. This is like not enough. Not enough. Oh man. So, what's wrong? What is wrong? Yeah, I don't know what is wrong. He just didn't measure it properly, I guess. So, let's measure properly. Where's my proper measurement tool? Oh, you met another Georgian, Sergey? Is he like Russian Sergey, or is he a Georgian Sergo, which is a different kind of name, but it's the same name, just Georgian variation on it. Oh, Mike, you didn't know there was another Georgia, the country? That's nice. Okay, so 96 millimeters long. And how big is my project? Obviously I need to switch back to settings. Oh man. I guess better now than never, right? Yeah, I don't know how he measured it. 9.6. And what's the height? Height is 6.447. Yeah. I mean. Okay, what about this inner box? Sorry, folks, I know you probably cannot see much, but I'm just slightly frustrated. Yeah, how big is this? 893. Yeah, that's about right. And this is... Ah, come on. 57.3. Okay, so this size is 6443 and the bigger box is 6447. Okay, cool. Okay, I guess, you know what, let me finish it in this size, we will not use it, but at least I will practice whatever I want to have the sizing right. Yeah. Well, the Georgia is still former USSR. But yeah, this is like 67. He's like 61, lives out near me, just getting into leatherwork. Okay, nice, nice. Say him, you know, well, don't call him Russian. Georgians, like Ukrainians, don't like to be called Russians. You know, another person from former USSR. You're reading about Georgian prince, executive of Emirati. Apparently, he was captured by Sweden and died in Sweden in 1791. Yeah, I would not be surprised. Yeah, Georgia is somewhere in there. Definitely on the Black Sea. Not Red Sea, Black Sea. Okay, I'm glad we managed to make this educational channel as well. Okay, let's use the tool. Maybe we find a better tool. Do I have a better tool? I do have a better tool, maybe. That's the one I use. This is the flat guy. Okay, got it. Now I understand why this one wasn't working, because I used a different tool last time. By the way, I do have this two big tooling. Oh Jesus. This is one with a little bit of a clay applicator. And this is the other. Not that we need both of them. In fact, we probably will only need a few tools from here. But since we're here, why not? Okay, let's try using this straight tool now. Yeah, that's much better. Yeah, a little hard to control between these little holes. And again, I need a picture to make sure I'm drawing the right lines, because people who know their Taurus constellation will be upset if I do it wrong. Okay, this way, that way, that way, then this way. This way. And this little thing. Okay, so again, don't know if it's very visible here, but somewhat. And clearly the tooling gun is not doing good enough impression in my opinion, so we will be using the tooling tools, or tooling tools, sorry, not the tooling tools. And I need to find my mallet. And the smallest of my smooth bevelers, I guess. So let's go on the inside. How it's called? Inverse beveling, right? Where's my weight? Where do we start? We start here. Yep, this is much more visible, especially because it creates the shade.
It's a little small. The image is a little too detailed for these tools, but I think we'll handle it. Especially with a magnifying glass. Okay, and now for the eye and the eyebrow. Just like that. I don't know. Am I on the screen? Yes, looks like I'm on camera. Discord. Do I want my own Discord? Yeah, no. I just there are so many channels of communication in my life that one more will kill me, basically. And Discord is not one more, but 500 different ones. So I'm a little worried. That being said, I'm not necessarily happy about maintaining Instagram as my daily routine, and for that reason I'm trying to get off of that, which is gonna hurt my leatherworking business, obviously. So I don't know. Maybe I need to hire somebody who's more capable in restraining themselves from Instagram, or at least they do that not on my time, and they will post for me or something of that sort. Or I just need another second phone, which I only use while streaming and posting or something like that. Kind of Instagram business phone, you know? Okay, now another ear. This one has a small handle, obviously, as small tools do. You left only with Discord? Yeah. I mean, understandable. If I was to switch to Patreon and make that my main income, I would probably use Discord as a communication channel But right now it's a little too much. I am thinking of making a email list, but you know, considering I don't do much communications and it requires extra steps, I don't know. We'll see. Obviously, the Facebooks of the world made the app viral for a reason. It's easy to use, easy to share, little effort, all of that kind of stuff. Okay. This piece will be using dark blue, so some of these lines will not really be very visible, and that's why I'm trying to make it a little more textured. Not textured, but what do you know what I mean? A little more, well, I guess textured, like sticking out the 3D, basically. Email is redundant. You know, it's still a pretty strong method of reaching people. Maybe in business contexts, but same applies to e-commerce, I say. I don't know. Considering that a lot of e-commerce is done on video platforms, kind of especially for impulse buy kind of expensive items. Well, expensive but impulse buy items. It might make sense to use TikToks and Instagrams of the world. Okay, let's grab a slightly bigger one. Where's my slightly bigger one? There you are. For the no, too big. Too big for the hoof. Okay, I guess it will do. This will have to do. I can move this computer away because it's distracting me. Yeah, for e-commerce. Yeah. It's complicated. On one hand, I want to make art and not to be bothered with sales. On the other hand, this is how to pay for materials and everything, so a little bit of money will be very helpful. Okay, I think we got what we wanted. I don't know. What do you say? Does this look like Taurus? I think it does. Well, we got one little, actually couple little shapes here.
here as well. Let's go back to our seeders actually and reseed them. Like that. And which one was that? Is this one? 4 little guys? Yeah. Yeah, I feel like maybe I need to use a swivel knife for these little lines. Oh, what's up with my chat? There we go. Because they don't look deep enough to me. And also the knife is pretty straight tool, which is good. And like that. Yeah. It would be awesome if we didn't need to redo it, right? It would be just perfect if we didn't need to redo it. Unfortunately. So, here is how it turned out to be. Again, it will be all blue, dark blue like this, right? And silver will be highlighting some of these parts. Both the stars and the lines. Now, let me see how big are the holes. Let's undo the tape. And are they bigger than what I need? Well, let's take a look. If I want to make the smallest holes I got, is this what I want? No, that's too much, right? Yeah, let's use the punches instead. Okay. Too many things on the table. Let's move them away. At least for now. Grab the punches. If only this box was easy to open. Every freaking time. There we go. I think I ended up using this guy, my go-to. Yeah, this is kind of right in the center. Well, maybe not do that on the mat. The good news is that when the surface is domed, the punch sits right in the center. Well, at least it should sit right in the center. Yeah. So this is how the holes will be for the LEDs. Right, and there will be a little bit of silver. Well, I don't know if you can see that. But yeah, there will be a little bit of silver around them. And then LEDs will brightly shine from the inside. Okay. The only thing is that we probably need to paint them first, and then I will stitch it all, right? Yeah, probably. Except I need to make this bigger anyway. Okay. I do need to redo this for obvious reasons, because it's too small. Should I paint it for just prototypal reasons or not? Maybe I do, maybe I don't. Yeah. Now let's redo it. Head out to bed. Good night, good night. Renovating your kitchen, yeah. I understand. I am not renovating anything because of my knee now. Now I have an excuse of just doing a little bit, not too much. Oh, nice. We got the spam. We got the spammer. Folks, I don't know why these guys are just like that, but bam. And done. The spammer is gone. Okay, these kind of mishaps make me upset. So, what does it mean for me? Do I stop? Do I continue? Not sure. Let's go to the face camera. Should I just... Because it's digital, I can just rescale and redo it, right? So... Should I not cut out the outside? That's another question. So, this is... Interesting. I see. I see. The size difference is very simple. The card fits, and supposedly this is as much as you need outside, right? But obviously, as your leather bends around the tool, you need basically more. That's the usual digital to physical mistake kind of problem. So should I not cut outside? No, I think I should, because the idea was to make it and then glue it on like basically very precisely, right? Right in the middle, right? And then the other side you just glue on a piece of leather and then trim. I think that's still a good strategy. So that's what I'm gonna do. So let's do the second attempt at this. Let's do it. Zoom out. Let's go grab some leather. Yeah, my knee. Knees hurt. Okay. Kind of funny. The leather there is under the blue light, so the like here on the screen it's yellow. It's funny, but in there it's purple, and in reality it's like the regular leather. So let's grab our, let's do some of that tuning.
Is it thick enough to tool? Yeah, I think this will do. This will do. Okay, first let's... and I'm not gonna sit for now, because standing up and sitting down hurts the most. So, should I use the whole piece? Yeah, why not? Okay, and I will do it with overlap, like this. I don't know why I'm doing that diagonally, but that's okay. Well, do I need more here? Maybe. Just to be able to tape it down. Okay. This is taped. Now let's trim it with a little bit of overlap. Consistent overlap across. Yeah, I think that's it. Okay. I shouldn't miss the trash can. Not with this knee. Okay. Now let's add some water. And obviously it now bent the other way. Jesus Christ, this is my usual mistake. Basically, you should tape after you wet it, but before you dry it. I don't know. There's no simple answer. And here we will have enough overlap, and obviously it's too long. That's okay. We'll keep it sticking out. And it doesn't stick to the sticky mat whatsoever. Goal is to stick the material as flat as possible. Okay. Let's repeat the exercise. Move it to 1 inch coordinate plate. Reconnecting to the machine. Come on. Do I need to connect the Bluetooth again? There we go. Move it in the right position, just to confirm. Yeah, more or less. Hello, hello. Standing TW leather. Welcome, viewers. I am here. I'm just standing because I'm moving between my computer and my Cricut right now, because that's what we are going. Reading message, I was too lazy to copy. Welcome, Jolly Don Fox. No, Jelly Don Fox. Insert raid mode. Yay! It's raiding. So sorry, folks. I am off camera right now. Thank you for the raid. What were you working on? Let me do the shout out for our Twitch streamers, because we are actually cross streaming on YouTube as well. So shout. No, come on, wrong keyboard. Too many keyboards. There we go. Keyboard. Slash shout out. Is that why? What's up with shout outs? Why is it not shout outing? Shout out slash. Come on. There we go. Shout out. Gawking at the cowboy. Okay, okay. No add symbol? Did it not work? Your hubby is the cowboy, okay. Oh my god, my keyboards are killing me. Let's do another shout out. Shout out. I don't know why, like, standing is pretty tough. Oh, come on. Like, you are seeing all the fun right away. I think there is an A in there. I don't know why it didn't work. I don't know.
He was doing groundwork with the horse. Okay. Thank you for the follow, Jolly Don. Welcome, welcome, everyone. Feel free to follow. We are making very unique item. It's just that right now I'm working on massaging the what's his name, the cricket into doing the right thing second time. So sorry, I'm a little distracted using another computer to begin with. Let's do heavy cardstock this time around. So for those of you who are not familiar with this machine, this is a plotter basically with tools called Cricut that often used for paper cutting and stuff like that, but I am misusing it to transfer digital images onto the leather before tooling them. So I am making the digital business cards like this one. I make these digital leather business cards. It's basically the leather-bound NFC tags, and these are some special ones because they have some cool stuff in them. And this is the second prototype. Right now, I'm transferring the image that I'm gonna tool onto the leather because I have my son designed it in a digital factor. I don't know, it's the right way to say it, in a digital form. So I feel I'm kind of cheating here with my tools, but that's okay. You know what? I have a feeling I will not be cutting this one out. That's probably how I will go about it. I will leave more space around it because we just made one like this. I tooled, oh, come on. I tooled it, and it will be obviously dark colored like this later. But because we cut it out, it was too small. Okay, I think this is it. We'll be just taking this out, turn off the machine. Switch away from this machine. Yes. Escape. No, not escape. Cancel, I guess. Yeah. Okay. I'll use this to help me see where pictures are when I'm tooling. But otherwise, I'll just leave it here. Now I need to sit down because I hurt my knee and it hurts. Okay. And yeah, you cannot see anything here. That's unfortunate. But trust me, the picture is very well visible. Right? Like, so I transferred it. Because I wet the leather, it kind of got more visible around it. And now we'll be just removing it from the mat in a very non-proper way. And I'll cut out around with plenty of space around it. Like that. And we'll switch back to tooling again. Because it wasn't, doing it once wasn't enough, clearly. At least you all who just joined, by the way, feel free to follow, because that's what we do, these shenanigans of redoing things all the time. You are very welcome to join this experience. I will be needing my tools again. This time around, I'll just put this rack So I have this rack of tools. These are called tools for tooling. I guess that's redundant, but that's the process. So I'll start by making, since I still remember which ones I used, I'll start by making the big stars, because in this constellation there are some big stars and there are some smaller stars, as in like more prominent, less prominent. And I need that picture because I keep forgetting. Ursa Minor I remember relatively well. It was a pretty straightforward picture to transfer, but like this guy is beyond me. Okay, and the rest of them would be the smaller. These are called cedars. They're just little round things that round in all direction. I will, however, put on my super magnifying glasses. And Static TW, what kind of leatherwork do you do? What is that you like to do on your stream? Because I have a feeling that I've been to your stream, but I might be wrong here. Actually, I don't need a feeling. Let me check. Let me check if I follow you to begin with. Yes, I follow you. Yes, I think I've been to your stream a while ago. I've been kind of off the streaming game for a little bit, so. Okay, one is above the eye, like this. And then there are a lot of little things here. Right? Yeah, like that. And like that. That. And that. Okay. So I was using this tattooing machine first time around. And that's like a tattooing gun with a tooling extension to it. But I will not be using it this time because I think I can just do the tools instead. Wallets, bags, tack, soon to be a saddle. Oh, you're doing a saddle. Have you done saddles before? I know SLC did Denny, what's his name? Denny, I forgot his last name. From SLC, Springfield Leather did a big saddle making tutorial recently. Well, last year, basically. Well, this year. Yeah, life, life happens. So, I will be using my weight to not let it slide. Put on my third eye, like that. We'll grab my smallest steep beveler. This is called steep beveler because they are like very steep angle. That being said, do I need the steepest one or do I go with less steep? Let's take a look at what we managed to create here. No steep. On this one, I think I'll need a steep one. Okay, and let's start with finding the mallet and doing the tooling. Just getting started. You met Danny? Oh, nice, nice, perfect. Perfect. Okay, let's try it one more time. And I'm not doing cuts for some reason. Why am I not doing cuts? I actually don't know. Maybe we should do cuts. Let's use the swivel knife and do the cuts. After all, this is tooling.
And tooling is best if you do the cuts. Good news is that the image is already transferred. That's kind of why I use Cricut, because it's faster to transfer the image with a machine, especially if you want some precision. So it's effectively a printer on leather, if you think about it. I don't use it to actually emboss leather because it's not creating deep enough, not providing enough pressure, I would say. Okay. And those. Like that. Then the leg goes like this. Again, I'm not cutting all the way through. I'm just cutting the top layer of the leather. So it's easier to easier to create how it's called, to move the leather to different depths, basically. If you cut, it means you'll be able to move one side of the cut above the other side of the cut, if you know what I mean. Okay, then something like this and something like this. Okay, where are the ears? Okay, and then we can do the actual straight lines between the stars, right? A little bit of the eye action over here. I don't know, folks, if you can see all the detail. I'm trying to zoom in as much as I can, but it's pretty hard here. And sorry, I'm very concentrated on the outcome, so not raising my head as much to chat, but feel free to follow and chat, and I will read it in a second as I breathe between the cuts and stuff. I emerge breathing for some air. Okay, did we do a cut here? Yes, we did. Now we can do this. And I realized that using my non-creative side to make a what's his name, Taurus, in a space where people are very familiar with cows and stuff because of leatherwork, is a little misleading, because I'm not a farmer. I'm a software engineer and I don't know how to do any of this. But you know, that's life. After all, we don't need to be perfect, just good enough. Okay, let's do it. And I'm doing inverse tooling in here. or inverse beveling it's called, I think, which is I am not making the object above the plane, but rather sink it into the plane. I made that decision. I don't know if it's a good decision or bad decision, but I did. In this particular part, we actually do double beveling because one leg is behind the body, but I want the body to be slightly rounded as well. Yeah, when you do cuts with a swivel knife, it's much easier to put the tool where it's supposed to go because you obviously cut the line. Yep, unique. That's how we do it. My mom was always telling me I am unique. Just kidding. She did, though. Or at least she loved me. She passed away exactly a year ago, unfortunately, so it's still fresh on my mind. That's partially why I didn't stream as much, because I'm still like in this grieving mood. Probably will for a while. But life continues, you know. I have kids, I have a wife, I live myself, so no need to be sad. She lived a good life. She was a very independent woman. And a scientist. And yeah, unfortunately we left the country, so we left her without us in there. But I think she forgave me for that, or maybe never really blamed me for it, but didn't go with us, that's for sure. That's my regret. That's my regret. Thank you for listening to me, folks. Oh god, my knee is hurting. You don't see it, but as I move my knee under the table, it just hurts. Sounds like a very pessimistic channel, but we usually have a lot of chuckle here, so don't feel like we are like this all the time. I would say I'm mostly in a down mood because we need to redo this card because I cut it a little small first time around.
Do you do any tooling? TW? I'm only starting my tooling journey. I think this specific project is a very simplistic because I'm not actually planning to do a lot of like complex tooling. This is just outlining. Yeah, nothing special, but nice, nice. I think I follow you on Insta. If you have Insta, for some reason I remember following. Okay, I think it does look like some kind of bovine creature. It does create like this tactile feel, like because the card is gonna be mostly flat like this, right? And there and only Constellation will have the lines, which we need to reinforce right now. I think it will be the texture that you touch will be more important than anything else. So where is my, well, first of all, let's put the tool back. Where's my, yeah, that's the tool that I used to open up some of those lines. So when my wife paints the silver in them, she can, there is enough space there to put the silver paint into it. And on this card, we decided that not every line is gonna be, not every star, sorry, is gonna be shining. Oh, I forgot. For all of you who came with TW, you didn't see how the cards actually work, which is the most, well, maybe not the most important part, but the very cool part of it. So this is the digital card, right? And let me try typing the thing into the chat. Oops. I think if I type card, that should do it, right? No, okay. If I type project, it should do it, right? Yeah, there we go. So that link will get you to the actual like Etsy store where I sell them, but I don't know why I'm promoting it. But if you want to check out what the cards are about, but the idea is that this is a digital business card with some logo, obviously foiled. This is our thing, but usually I'll show you the regular one. This is my card. Usually, as a person wants to scan your card, because you don't just give it away, right? The person will touch your phone, their phone. Oh, come on. I said touch their phone, and it will open up the page you want to show, right? Like this card has this page hard-coded in it, right? But this card also, this is a new line that I'm developing. Look closely onto the card and onto the stars. So if as I touch it, do you see it? Do you see something? Obviously, it opens the same way. And by the way, this one goes to this page. But do you see anything else going on? Do you see anything else? Exactly. I made I put LEDs inside as well, some special LEDs that work with the NFC scanning. Basically, the phones, as they scan, they send a wave of signal, which is how NFC tags work to transfer data. But the same signal can be used to power some special LEDs, which I bought. And since I'm talking about it, I'll show you all. So basically, so this is the tag, right? Like this is the NFC tag that will be inside the card, which I can program to point at any URL. Well, right now it's not programmed, it's empty, right? So I didn't put anything onto it. But these are the little LED stickers that usually people put on their nails for fun, right? So when they call their phone, they blink, right? And you see how they just blinked? Well, it's a lot of them in this box, but you see how they blink when this signal from the phone is trying to activate the card, like that. Actually, I think I have a tool. Well, I do have a tool that is used to do this, and that will blink all the time. Instead of just doing sometimes, it will blink all the time. You see? So I put these inside the card, which, by the way, we need to make some holes for that right now, I think. Yes. Right now is actually the good time. We'll grab a bigger mallet. We'll grab the punch. I think I can put these guys away. I'll try to open this box second time in a row. And I'll punch. Unfortunately, we obviously will not finish these today because I need to dye the leather. Because it's a natural veg tan. And I don't have like just blue veg tan, you know. And I wouldn't be able to tool it either. So I'm punching holes where the LEDs will be. Right? The rest of them will be just silver, right? But yeah, I don't think you can see that. But well, you can see it on paper on the other side. But I punched the holes only in these 3 big places. For this card will only have 3 LEDs. As this one was a prototype, I feel like making too many of them is not necessary. Okay, what's next? Next, I think... Are we done tooling? Yes, I think we are done tooling. Did I open up the lines with my knifey thingy? Yes, I think I did. Yeah, I think we are done with preparing the front part. So we can remove the tape for tooling. And I apply the tape to the back so the leather doesn't spread as we tool, although here I didn't do too much tooling, but but also to be able to put it onto the Cricut. Let's zoom out real quick. Yeah, I kept being zoomed in a little too much as we were tuning. In this show, we do a lot of putting tools in and out of the boxes. Somehow, one of the tools lost its cover. I have this like corner knives, which are pretty good. If you do wallets and if you don't use these corner knives, I bought these, I believe, at Buckle Guy, if I remember correctly. But they are very good, basically knives to cut the corners out of the leather. You just push down instead of using the knife to, like, you know, do around. This is, since I started doing these cards, this became a thing. And I think my wife is calling me. Is that so? Yes, she is. Give me 1 second, folks. Да, я сейчас закончу стрим, и да, и приду. Я уже почти закончу. Окей, ладно, спасибо. Okay, so I think this will be it for today. It's been 2 hours, and thank you all for joining. Thank you, TW, for rating, and for everybody who joined. Thank you for Jolly Don Fox. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name. I don't know why I feel that I am, but I think that might be the case. It will be it for today. I mean, I'm just coming back, well, limping back with my knee. Hopefully we'll do a little more during the holidays, and then I'll be coming back. But I might dye this off camera. Both this and the back piece, obviously, we'll need 2 pieces. And I will come back with painting, and or maybe my wife will paint it off camera as well. And then we will be assembling this card later on. Let's go figure out who we raid. Do you have any good ideas, folks? Any good raids? Where is my interface for raiding? And YouTube folks, obviously we're not raiding on YouTube. This is like a Twitch only experience. So let's see. Okay, nice. The hydraulic press channel is live, but we are not doing that. They've been doing a little weird lately. Time roller. Is he playing D&D? He might be. Pickles. Okay. Let's see similar people. Any good crafters, folks, we should raid? I don't know. For some reason I'm spending a lot of time picking people we're gonna raid. Every time this is a challenge for me. I don't know. I'm very picky, maybe, or no? I don't know. Oh crap. Northern Lights. Okay. Okay. Who is it that gonna be? Today is a tough choice. I don't know why. Same category. Let's look at the same category. Who is in the same category as we are? Tough choice. Tough choice.
Yeah, probably holidays. You're right. You're right. Um, what is that? No, no. Okay. Let's do what's up there? Why do we? I have some little red one number one there. What is that? Does that mean? Okay, what's number 5 doing? 9.5, I mean. She has been doing it for 4.5 hours, so I assume she's leaving too. Okay. Okay, let's go back to same category and do the first crochet we see. Is that crochet? Is that crochet? That looks like a cat to me. Yeah, well, no, that's not the cat, but nice. Okay, this is the crocheter. Oh, they'll be right backing right away. Titanic. Post play. Okay. We are going to Kevin Makes. She's doing some sewing, I assume, which is not too far from what we do. A little far, but not too far. So I hope you can join me to say hi to a new streamer who we haven't seen before. And we'll have fun in their stream. So thank you all again for joining. And I'm gonna go eat right after. Okay, folks. See you there.